Welcome to Advertising and IMC, Principles and Practice. Chapter 3, Public Relations. Let's get started. Part 1, Principle, All Communications, One Voice. Key Objectives. Explain what public relations is, describe how public relations works, list common public relations tools and their functions, and name and discuss what is trending in public relations. Public relations transforms a brand. Procter & Gamble faced a formidable challenge in its competition to reach a new generation of girls with its feminine care product, Always. The company recognized that one of the strengths of the Always brand was its decades-long commitment to empowering girls through puberty education. Describing the creative idea that launched the campaign, Judy John, CEO and Chief Creative Officer of Leo Burnett Canada, explained the breakthrough. We explored different factors that influence girls during the vulnerable time in puberty. During this exploration, someone taped a piece of paper to the board that read "like a girl." The idea was explained as "like a girl" has been around forever and is used in derogatory ways. Let's change the meaning of it. Explain the essence of this campaign in your own words. Does it work for you? Why or why not? What is public relations? In your mind, what is public relations? Try to come up with one good definition for it. Public relations is a communication discipline covering a wide range of functions that help an organization connect with the people it touches. Public relations is used to generate goodwill for an organization. Public relations focuses on all the relationships an organization has with various publics. Publics are all the groups of people with which an organization interacts. Employees, members, local communities, shareholders, customers, other institutions. Stakeholders are people who have a stake in a company or organization. Looking at this list, which of these publics are you a member of? And explain. Public relations is practiced by a range of organizations. Public relations is a dynamic global profession. To learn more, visit the Public Relations Society of America, or PRSA, at www.prsa.org. Public opinion refers to what people think, their beliefs based on perceptions or evaluations of events, people, institutions, or products. Public relations strategists want to know what publics are important to us now and in the future. What do these publics think? Opinion leaders are important people who influence the opinions of others. Home Depot employees build goodwill in their community. Volunteers build picnic tables for a park in Detroit and help build goodwill for their company, Home Depot. Reputation. Goodwill, trust, and integrity. Public goodwill is a company's greatest asset. Integrity involves more than just image, it's a result of a company's actual behavior. Public relations is the conscience of the company, creating trust and maintaining its integrity. How public relations contributes to brand perception. Public relations contributes significantly to brand perceptions. In integrated programs, advertising and public relations aim at selected targets with different but complementary messages. Advertising and public relations specialists share a joint responsibility to promote a brand, and at times their efforts converge. Do you agree that public relations contributes to brand perceptions? If so, how? What can public relations do that advertising cannot? Haagen-Dazs' work to eliminate the honeybee problem shows that profits are only one measure of a brand's success. Acting socially responsible is part of the formula for good business. The campaign succeeded in part because the honeybee issue was a natural fit for Haagen-Dazs. What do you suppose has sustained this campaign over such a long period of time? Do you think it is ethical for companies to align themselves with social causes that benefit their brands? And explain your thinking. Comparing public relations and advertising. With news stories, public relations strategists are at the mercy of the media gatekeeper. There's no guarantee that your story will run. The story may be rewritten or reorganized. In contrast, advertising runs exactly as the client who paid for it has approved and is scheduled. This is also known as uncontrolled media. The media can do as they like with your stories or ideas once they receive them. Advertising, by contrast, is a form of controlled media. It runs exactly as the client who paid for it has approved and on schedule. Public relations takes a longer, broader view of the importance of image and reputation as a corporate competitive asset and addresses more target audiences than advertising. Public relations seeks to persuade media gatekeepers to cover their companies. Gatekeepers are writers, editors, producers, talk show coordinators, and newscasters. This aspect of PR is called publicity. How does public relations work? Of the 20 publics of a typical multinational corporation, relationship management programs focus on the media, employees, the financial community, government, and the general public. Media relations focuses on developing media contacts. One must know who in the media might be interested in the organization's story. Relationships must be built on honesty, accuracy, and professionalism. Media credibility is golden and must never be compromised. Aspects of public relations that focus on relationships. Programs that communicate information to employees. A related program is called internal marketing. Communication efforts work to inform employees about marketing programs. Financial relations. Communications aimed at the financial community. These can include press releases to business publications, meetings with investors, and annual reports. Communications here are aimed at the financial community. Public affairs. Communication with government and the public on issues related to government and regulation. Lobbying to get legislators to support a bill. Issue management. Monitoring, communicating to and with the public. Community relations encompasses communities in broader society, both geographic and ethnic. Includes consideration of diverse communities, the underrepresented and the underserved. Companies can build community relations through cause marketing. Think of some ways in which a community means much more than a geographic location. In your mind, what does community mean? Can a community exist online? And if so, how so? Consumer relations. Building relationships with people who buy things in the United States and elsewhere around the globe. Core objectives. Building sales and building the brand. Key activities. Attracting, keeping customers, marketing new products or services, handling customer communication, and educating customers. Corporate reputation management. Corporate relations focuses on an organization's image and reputation. The overriding goal of reputation management is to strengthen stakeholder trust. Corporate image is a fragile commodity and must be carefully protected. GE practices corporate social responsibility. General Electric demonstrates its commitment to meet environmental challenges using green technology while spurring economic growth. Aspects of public relations that focus on particular functions. Crisis management. Anticipating and planning for disasters from a media perspective and with stakeholders. Consider these now famous public relations crises. The Tylenol poisonings in 1982, the Toyota recall in 2010, the BP Deepwater Horizon oil disaster also in 2010. Effective crisis plans can help both avoid crises and ease the damage when it occurs. What are the main public relations lessons that can be drawn from these cases? What has changed between then and now that might affect the outcome of these cases? If you were public relations counsel, how would you have advised top managers in these companies? Public communication campaigns are intended to change public opinion and discourage harmful behaviors. Recall the Truth campaign to discourage smoking. To learn how public communication campaigns operate on a global level, let's take a look at the Truth campaign to discourage smoking. Fundraising. The practice of raising money by collecting donations. Used by nonprofits, museums, hospitals, Red Cross, and others, directed at potential donors. This is sometimes called strategic philanthropy. What are common public relations tools? Using paid media, the sponsoring organization pays for media and controls how and when the message is delivered. Using owned media, the organization utilizes its own channels. Examples include websites, blogs, or sponsored events. With earned media, consumers and mass media control mentions and comments about the brand. It is the most creditable media option. What are common public relations tools? Advertising creates corporate visibility or strengthen relationships with various stakeholder audiences. House ads used in a company's own publication or programs for self-promotion. Public service announcements. Those are run free on TV, radio, or print for charities or civic organizations. Advertising can advance social causes. Since 1972, PSAs for the United Negro College Fund have helped raise more than $2.2 billion to fund college educations for more than 350,000 minority students. Advertising can advance social causes. The Advertising Council sponsors public communication campaigns in support of good causes. Participating agencies donate their time and talent, and media donate time and space to run PSAs. The Fatherhood Initiative, shown here, encourages new dads to learn more about parenting. What are common public relations tools? Advertising. Corporate advertising is focused on the corporate image. Corporate identity advertising is used to enhance or maintain their reputation among specific audiences. Advocacy advertising is intended to deliver various point of view messages. Media relations. News releases. Those deliver public relations messages to the external media. They should answer the 5 W's and the H. Video news releases, or V&Rs. They contain video footage for a television newscast. Pitch letters. An engaging letter about a feature story idea sent to editors who have to be sold. They usually stress a human interest angle. News releases, a key public relations tool. Notice the tight and simple writing style in the news release from the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. News releases can be accompanied in the digital age with associated media files, such as short videos, to help communicate the news. Publicity. Press conferences. Here, a spokesperson makes a media statement. A media kit may be sent ahead of time. Media tours. A press conference on wheels. A spokesperson makes speeches and announcements, holds press conferences, and offers interviews. Publications. These include pamphlets, booklets, annual reports, collateral material, books, bulletins, newsletters, inserts and enclosures, and position papers. In the 21st century, what role do print publications really play? What niche do they fill that electronic media cannot? The impact of banks. Regulations have become the standard for the banking industry. It's important for bankers to visit with their state and national representatives to leverage the impact community banks have as legislation is written and voted upon. Finding a way to communicate with the importance of community banks was critical. The solution was to create an infographic to reach the target audience of busy elected officials and communicate quickly and powerfully. Other tools. These include videos, CDs, podcasts, and books. These are now major public relations tools. Books can be published simply with electronic publishing. Videos are expensive but are ideal for distributing in-depth information. Other tools, speakers and photos. A speaker's bureau is a group of articulate people who will talk about topics at the public's request. Displays include booths, racks, and holders for promotional literature and signage. Exhibits are larger than displays and may have moving parts, sound, or video. Other tools, special events and tours. Special events and tours are used for special events that celebrate company milestones, including open houses, birthday celebrations, and corporate sponsorship of events. As an example of a successful tour or trip, the Truth Youth Smoking Prevention Campaign Tour reaches 500,000 teens annually with information about the harmful effects of smoking. Special events can promote products. In one of his classic performances, the late Steve Jobs unveils the iPad, generating lots of buzz for the new Apple iPad. Online communication. Intranets connect people within an organization. Extranets connect people in one business with its business partners. External communication includes websites, email contact with reports, press releases distributed by email, or PR newswire. What's trending in public relations? Mobile communication will continue to grow as audiences increasingly use smartphones. Visual storytelling will become increasingly important, and news releases will include more visual contact. Real-time marketing, messages based on current events, will present opportunities to define brand personality, especially with the adoption of social media. Education video content will become more important. Attempts to go viral will continue to try to get a crowd involved to replicate the success of other efforts. Digital security will be a continuing concern as hacking endangers information collected through digital channels. Twitter users need to become more sophisticated to avoid creating blunders to create or require public relations fixes. Brand owners will continue to integrate public relations, advertising, and marketing to create a consistent voice. Social responsibility is paramount. It will result in the increasing use of cause marketing. Measuring the effectiveness of public relations efforts continues to evolve. Looking ahead, in this chapter we reviewed the practice of public relations as a fundamental discipline of IMC. Organizations have many ways to reach publics and build positive images and relationships for their brand. Chapter 4 will look at direct response and promotional practices. It's a wrap. Running like a girl wins like a champion. This campaign took a stance on an issue benefiting young women and also sold a lot of product. More than 80% of women aged 16 to 24 viewed Like a Girl as a positive and inspiring statement. What, if anything, did you know about this campaign before reading about it? Why do you think this campaign works so well? Trying to answer this both in terms of advertising and public relations. Running Like a Girl wins like a champion. The campaign garnered more than 64 million video views, more than 1,880 media placements on influential media sites, and more than 290 million social impressions and 133,000 social mentions with Like a Girl. Hey, thanks for watching. Please check out the other videos in the advertising series. Thanks again.